And it looks like Kevin won the first game, so he is currently up a game against Joe.
And
maybe he'll give Joe his second loss of the tournament here.
Maybe. And this is probably going to be a long match. These are two of the slowest decks in the format. They're also two of the best decks in the format, though. This is for a lot of people, this is the question they ask: is Lands the best deck in the format, or is Miracles the best deck in the format? I think if you just did a poll of everyone here, and they had to choose what the best deck in the format is, most of them would be choosing one of these decks, and it's pretty interesting to try to figure out which one it is.
All right, well, Joe is going to use a Force of Will, pitching a Endearing Click to counter an Exploration from Kevin. He'll land a Counterbalance, and Kevin's going to play a Gamble. Counterbalance is going to reveal Snapcaster Mage, so Gamble will resolve. Let's see what Kevin decides to go get.
So despite the Lands deck being all lands, Counterbalance does have a lot of usefulness against the Lands deck. The two most important spells in the Lands deck are Punishing Fire and Life from the Loam, both of which Counterbalance deals with pretty easily, especially considering they're both the same casting cost.
Yeah, as long as Joe is able to just float a 2 on top of his deck, and his deck has quite a few of those 2s, he'll be able to contain what Kevin's trying to do.
Yeah, one of the likely ways for the Lands deck to actually win is to just repeatedly make a Wrath of Merit Lage token, and the Miracles deck will Terminus, it'll Swords to Plowshares, but eventually it will run out of answers, and the Lands deck can try to just continually force that.
All right, well, Kevin is going to discard a Grove of the Burn Willows to his Gamble, and that's probably not the card that he went and searched out. Joe is going to cast Ponder on his turn and then shuffle things up. That Caracas needs to go back in, and you can't just jump onto the battlefield. That would be pretty good while you're shuffling if you can flip out a Caracas.
Oh, yeah.
Onto play, you just get a free Caracas.
And we saw Kevin King play before. Some of the really good sideboard cards he has access to fight Joe Lossett are 4 Croson Grips. I'm not sure if the 2 Tireless Trackers come in, but they might. And then also 2 Boils can be very powerful.
Yeah, Boil is a card.
Yeah.
And if Joe doesn't have a Force of Will or a hard counter spell for it, there's not many cards in Joe's deck that can stop it with that Counterbalance. Granted, he does have 2 copies of Venser, which can snag a Boil.
One of Joe's best sideboard cards against the Lands deck is Joe has 2 copies of Rest in Peace floating in his sideboard, which are extremely good against the Lands deck.
All right, well, Kevin is going to play Rashadan Port and then use Crop Rotation to get rid of it. This is going to get him a Besage.
And this is a nice way for Kevin to force Life from the Loam, despite the Counterbalance countering it, or having the ability to counter it.
Yeah, that's going to allow him to, just jam Life from the Loam every turn.
Yep, it is going to come at a rather hefty cost at his life total, but if he's forcing Wrath of Merit Lage tokens and Joe is forcing to use Swords to Plowshares, then that's probably going to work out in Kevin's favor.
And we have a Chalice on X = 1, so now Joe's not going to be able to use Swords to Plowshares to stop a Merit Lage token.
Or Sensei's Divining Top, which we've seen be so pivotal for these Miracles decks to function.
When here is a copy of Boil, and it is uncounterable,
Jeez.
Thanks to the Besage.
Oh, man.
And Joe is just going to scoop it up.
Oh, he has seen enough. The Miracles Master gets taken down.
Wow. That was
fast.
Kevin had a plan. He had an idea. He knew that game, I'm going to gamble for Boil, not going to discard it. I'm going to Crop Rotate for a Besage.
Yep.
And then I'm going to destroy all of Joe Lossett's lands.
Yep. I'm going to force this down Joe's throat, and he's not going to be able to counter it at all.
Wow. Well, Kevin King is going to take this match 2-0 over Joe Lossett. So from going from 11-0 to 11-2.